Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, the 26th of September, 2024. It's 9 o'clock in the morning here in Tucson, Arizona, which means it's time for the Mindful Moment. Yes, it is. Grateful to be able to join you. I'm Dr. Jonathan Zenz, the Senior Minister here at Unity of Tucson. Unity of Tucson is an inclusive and loving spiritual center right here in Tucson, Arizona, where our purpose is to offer the principles of the New Thought spiritual philosophy. And what I have found is that an adoption of those principles in my life has enhanced the quality of my life. So I think that through New Thought, we are invited to master spiritual understanding, find personal purpose, and develop a spiritual path. Part of that spiritual path for me is this engagement of spiritual practice. The Mindful Moment is a spiritual practice of mine that I am consistent in every morning, Monday through Thursday at 9 a.m., where I offer a spiritual idea. I offer a spiritual idea and engage in the practice of affirmative prayer. And I'm so delighted that you have decided to join me. Whether you're watching live or on the replay, I would love for you to post a comment. Reach out, say hello, let me know you're here. I always love to see those comments come through. I will, of course, offer my reminder, which is to say this: you are love, you are light, you are life. You are magnificent. And I'm so grateful that you shine your magnificence. And you know what? Shine your divinity as well, because you are divine. Yes, yes, yes. Roberta, hello. Glad to be home. See y'all soon. Grateful to know that your travels were, that you've traveled safely and that you're home. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Sherry, there we go. I was having trouble with my trackpad. Hello, beautiful peeps. Grateful to see you this glorious day. Mirta, you are here today. Blessings to you as well. Thanks for being here. Where do we learn what we learn? It's one of the things that's on my mind today. And are we learning in the direction of faith or fear is another thing that comes up for me today. So this morning, as I was leaving, I went out my front door, walked down to my car, and on the stuck inside the window on the driver's side was a postcard. And it was a postcard that was advertising a church, right? Hey, got to get the word out somehow, some way or other. The thing that struck me, though, is that the advertising was all around the doom and gloom and all the horrible things in the world. And it was like this picture of this like explosion. It was like, failing economy and this and that and like all these things. I was like, wow, that does not feel like a place I would really want to go to. And I started thinking about the appeal of that to some. And without judgment, it's unfortunate. It feels to me, it seems sad that that is the appeal that some people look for. Oh, I see all the horrible things that are happening in the world. Well, maybe the spiritual community can help me. I like to think that we are pro love here at Unity of Tucson. We're putting out the good word in terms of love, light, life, peace, power, beauty, joy. Those are the attributes of the divine. And irrespective of what we see in the world of circumstance, we are empowered to live those attributes ourselves, because those inherently are our attributes. So where do we learn how to proceed? Where do we learn how to proceed? There's a story that speaks to learning. And I can't remember where I heard the story, although I've heard it a few different times. Sort of becomes a parable. And the idea of this story, and I'm gonna recount it probably in a very poor fashion, but I'll do the best I can. So there was this person who was who every year for Christmas cooks a Christmas ham. And every year they get their family recipe out and they get their roasting pan out and they're preparing their ham. And in the recipe, it says, cut off 2 inches on either side of the ham. Cut 2 inches off on this side, cut 2 inches off on this side, place it in the pan. And so this person, following the family recipe, cuts the 2 inches off on either side, has been doing this ever since they first acquired the recipe. And they cook the ham and enjoy it and everything. And one day it occurs to them to ask, like, well, I don't really understand why I cut the edges, why I cut the ends off. And so they went back to their family member that gave them the recipe. And they asked the family member, like, so what is the reason for cutting off the edges, the both sides of the ham? Does it make it more juicy? Like, does it make it more flavorful? What was that all about? Why do you have that in the recipe? And the person who gave them the recipe then informed them that back in the day, they had a smaller roasting pan, and out of necessity had to cut both sides off of the ham to make it fit. And so the allegory is the lesson there. Don't take for granted what you are taught. You know, I always say each week, be a skeptic. I'm not here to tell you what to believe. I'm not here to tell you what to think. I say that every single Sunday. That we are invited into skepticism, because I think it's in skepticism that we can attain spiritual mastery, because we are in that state of questioning and exploration. And spiritual mastery for me comes through continued exploration to know what's next, what's different. And so where do you learn what you learn? That is kind of the question for me today. Something to explore, something to think about throughout the day. And let's take that idea of exploration into our affirmative prayer. If it is safe and comfortable for you to close your eyes, I invite you to do so. As I always say, I choose to close my eyes, and it is a choice. I choose to close my eyes as it allows me to turn my attention to the inner life of thought, of belief, of feeling, the ineffable aspects of the divine that are at play and at work in my experience, rooted in consciousness, the consciousness expressing as thought, belief, and feeling. And as I address thoughts, beliefs, and feelings that I have, I know that I am setting the tone for the outflow of life, for that is the way this works. Our thoughts, our beliefs, and our feelings are all working together to create the constructs of our outer experience. And so if I choose change in the outer experience, it begins with change in the inner experience. And this is all rooted in this understanding that there is only one infinite source, one infinite power and presence, one infinite resource, one creative energy. There is God and nothing else. And I choose to deepen in my understanding, to open up to the greater sensation of feeling around God as all there is, letting it move beyond an intellectual exercise and intellectual understanding, deepening into the heart space. I feel the presence. I choose to allow the feeling of the presence of the One. And rooted in this understanding that God is all there is, I know that I am not separate from the allness. Not a single one of us is separate from the allness. And so I lay claim to this notion that we are, each and every one of us, this divinity flowing forth as expression. We are living the life of the divine, calling it our own. We are experiencing the love of the divine, calling it our own. But it is all one infinite wholeness, one unified wholeness. I am that which is. We are, each and every one of us, that which is. And I let go of any notion of limitation within this, expanding and opening up to the fullness of the divine. I know the wholeness of each and every one of us is God. Every aspect of our being, every cell in our body, every molecular structure, it's all God. Everything seen, everything unseen. And so I open to this knowledge that there is always more to know, more to seek, more to expand into, for there is an infinite unfoldment. And we are, each and every one of us, part of the infinite unfoldment. And so I let go of the notion that I must take for granted that which I have learned. And I open up to the more and the more and the more. And I choose to be on the unfolding exploration infinitely, knowing that I am blessed in the experience of this unfoldment. And I choose to utilize what I find in loving, constructive, kind ways. I let love lead the way in every aspect of my life, and this is my choice. And so with gratitude and appreciation overflowing for this understanding, for this exploration, for the capacity to explore, I simply release, let go, trust, and know that the path ahead is assured, and it is a path alight with love. And I affirm this by saying, and so it is. Amen. And so it is. Grateful as always to see you. Blessings to you, Jeannie. Reverend Jerry Stratemeyer, blessings to you. Dr. Patrick Farron, thank you. Grateful to see you here today. All kinds of great stuff happens here at Unity of Tucson. Would love to see you for some of it. If you are interested in finding out more about what we're up to, you can go to unitytucson.com, check out our website. And yeah, we've got tacos and trivia coming up with local and internationally renowned drag queen Tempest du Jour. So excited for that. That's on October 5th. Tickets are on sale only through Sunday because we're serving food. We need to know our numbers. So get your tickets. You can call the office. The number is on the website. We also have our gala coming up, the Beyond Horizons Ball coming up in November, and there are still tickets available for that. We would love to see you there. All kinds of ways that you can engage with us. Of course, we have Sunday celebration, 10 a.m. every single Sunday. It's online and in person, and we are a loving and joyful spiritual community where all are welcome. So please do join us sometime if you've not ever joined us. Or if you've only ever joined us online, join us in person. Try it out if you're in the area. Or even if you're not in the area, get on a plane, fly to Tucson, come see us on a Sunday. All right, my friends, peace and blessings to you. We'll see you soon. And oh, don't forget, tomorrow, 9:30 Pacific, 11:30 Central, I will be on these streaming channels with Reverend Steph Saint Amand for our Friday broadcast, our Friday webcast, which we call The Rant, Radically Affirmative New Thought. It's a good conversation that will be had, and look forward to seeing you. Would love to see you there. So yes, join us for that. All right. Peace and blessings, everybody. Be well.